Hi, Freeze Lake families. This is Jen Shattuck. I just wanted to share with you a little update regarding our back to school plans. And so I would also like to just welcome all of you to the 2020-2021 school year. Our teachers here are so excited to get students back to school, whether it's in person or virtual. They are here working hard to get everything ready. And so we are so excited to start this journey with you next week. One thing I wanted to share is that here at Freeze Lake this school year, one of our themes is going to be around being a rainbow. And so we are going to be inspiring students to follow our core values, to be a rainbow for someone else. And so to do things that not only brighten their day, but to brighten other people's day along the way. And so I wanted to share just a couple updates that you will also see in the newsletter here. So first of all, one thing I wanted to just share is a little bit about our first day of school. And so in the newsletter, you will see a school supply list that is updated and broken down by day so that we can really help students manage their load as they bring school supplies to school really over the first week of school. So please check out that list so that you know what supplies your child needs the first day of school if they're coming in person and then throughout the week. If your child is learning virtually, then they will be able to keep all of their supplies at home to use for virtual learning. Another update for back to school on our first day, we're asking that all of our students come into the building, whether that's off the bus or if they are dropped off, with their mask. And so that is very important, especially during this mask mandate that we have, that all of our students are coming to school prepared with their mask or face covering. And if there is a child with an IEP or some other reason why they are not to be wearing a mask, there is a documentation process for that, and so please make sure to reach out so that can be taken care of prior to the first day of school. And then students will be reporting directly to their classroom. So when we support them into the building and lead them to their classrooms, they will go right to their classroom with all of their supplies, and then teachers will stagger the use of lockers and putting supplies away from there. In terms of arrival, so our arrival procedures here at Freeze Lake are staying much the same this school year. We've adjusted the time a little bit, so arrival time can be anywhere between 7:55 and 8:10. We are asking that no students be dropped off before 7:55 because there will not be supervision for them prior to that time. Then students will begin their school day at 8:10, and you will be using the Dolphin Zone for drop-off and arrival in the morning. And so you will see here, Dolphin Zone is our typical drop-off zone, and so you will be kind of filing through the parking lot and dropping your students off. There will be lots of staff members available to help them get to their classrooms and find where they need to go for the first day of school. We are sad, of course, that we can't have families come take pictures and do all of those things that we typically would do on the first day of school. Since we are not having visitors in the building at this time, we are asking that all parents just follow the drop-off line, and there will be lots of staff members there to help your child inside. And again, there will be no parking on our first day of school or really any day during this drop-off period. This is to ensure that our drop-off line can run smoothly and that we don't have any conflict with students kind of crossing the parking lot. And so in order to have our drop-off procedure run smoothly, we're asking that all families continue through the drop-off line and do not park in the parking lot. And we will actually have the parking lot blocked off, the stalls blocked off the first week of school, just to kind of remind families to stay in that drop-off line. Then our dismissal time, we will be doing something quite different this year. We have many more families that have decided to drop off and pick up their child or children this school year. And so in order to make sure that we are not backing traffic up on either of the roads near Freeze Lake School, we will be using two zones. So if your last name begins with letter A through K, you will be using the Dolphin Zone. And so you will use that same zone that is used for drop-off in the morning, and you will be coming through that way for dismissal time. And that in terms of using that zone, the dolphin zone, you will enter off of 164. Then, if your last name begins with letters L through Z, you will actually use the flipper zone. And the flipper zone enters right off of 167. And so it's very important that you enter the parking lot at the right entrance based upon your last name. And so you would enter here. If the traffic is backed up, you would stop at this point. If it's not backed up quite yet, then you would follow the lines that are painted on the parking lot, and you would stop here and wait until students are dismissed. So the first person in line will really be waiting right here. The reason we don't want you to pull all the way through is that our buses will actually be using this area as well. So they will come through and enter off of 167 and park here. And we just want to make sure that our buses will be able to exit and that we don't have cars parked in that lane where they would be exiting the parking lot. So please make sure that you come to the right zone if you are picking your child up at the end of the first day of school. We are going to teach kids about what zone they go to. And so we wanted to have some fun names like Dolphin Zone and Flipper Zone to help them remember what door they will exit and where they will go if they are a pickup student. Our bus students, they will follow procedures much like in the past, and we will help load them safely onto the buses that first day of school. And just a couple other updates. In terms of our virtual learning plan, in the newsletter, you will see some updates of what virtual learning will look like for the first couple weeks of school, and then what it will look like beyond that. And so please just be on the lookout for that in the newsletter, as well as a virtual learning schedule that will be shared by the grade level teams. In the first couple weeks of school, we have a few main goals here at Freeze Lake, one of them being to really build relationships between the teachers and the students, whether that's in-person students or virtual students. And so we're really excited to start that process. We're also going to be teaching routines to all students utilizing our new platform, Seesaw. And Seesaw will be a virtual learning platform for our virtual students, but it will also be a platform that we can really use to enhance our instruction for our in-person students as well. And then should we ever need to transfer to a virtual platform at any point in time, we will then have all students utilizing that platform. And so our goal is really to help train students and families over the first couple weeks to utilize Seesaw and get comfortable with that platform. So be on the lookout for training resources for families. I have included in the newsletter a few videos that you can tune into. You can also just research Seesaw and kind of look into it on your own if you'd like, but we will be sharing some more training related resources very soon. And teachers will actually be helping you with this process as well as they are training students to use Seesaw. So welcome back to the school year. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for trusting us to educate your children, and we can't wait to see you next Tuesday. Take care.